Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's it going, beloveds? It's me, Sunshine Day, your spiritual living coach. Welcome to another episode of A Spiritual Remedy. I see a world where clean and sober people are living their best life and loving it. And so, what I get a chance to do is to provide spiritual tools and loving support for your personal transformation. Wow. This show is geared towards people in recovery, whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, addiction, food of any sort. This show is geared for you because what we know is that there are weapons of mass distraction. These things are distracting us from living our best life. And to the degree in which we can release these things, to the degree in which we actually admit that we've been stuck in patterns and beliefs and behaviors that no longer serve us, we're cut off from the power of consciousness. We're cut off from life. We're cut off from the things that we want to do. So, I had a conversation with someone who was just getting a grasp and a grip on what I was talking about. And he goes, "Oh, so you mean that when I'm mad at my partner and I go and have a beer and my son wants me to play basketball with him, but I'm having a beer instead and I'm just kind of drinking because I'm mad about such and such." He goes, "Is that what you're talking about? Being stuck in patterns of belief and behaviors that no longer serve us?" Because he says, "Truly, truly, I'd rather be playing basketball with my son, but here I am, drinking because I'm mad about something that happened at work, or mad with my significant other, or mad about such and such." And isn't that true? Isn't that true that so many times we get caught in patterns of belief and behaviors that actually distract us from living our best life, from making those connections, from being intimate with people, from hanging out with people that we love and care about, or from completing a project, a work project, or being creative and going out and doing certain things. Good morning, Freddie. And good morning, Sunny Day. Happy Monday. Isn't that true? That when we are stuck in these patterns of beliefs and behaviors, and what they do is they paralyze us. When we're not doing what we know we want to do, or what we say we want to do. Farrell, I love you. Good morning. It's so good to have you back on the show with us. And that's the key. That's the key here is that I provide spiritual tools and loving support so that as you begin to utilize these spiritual tools, as you begin to accept the loving support, that you actually begin to believe that by reconnecting with consciousness, that you could actually reestablish your health, reestablish a life of peace, that you can thrive and be on this never-ending path of discovering yourself, discovering life, discovering the beauty that there is. um but wait, there's more. There's making this decision to focus your will, and your life on connecting with and from consciousness as just a way of being. And that's exactly what this is. This is not just kind of like plugging in once and then just forget it. This is really about, in terms of recovery, this is really about making that conscious contact, that conscious connection, being connected. Good morning, Bertha. So grateful for this gift that you offer. Thank you. Thank you for those kind words. I received that. Um, that's the key, because here's the other thing too, is that besides drugs, alcohol, food, things of that nature. Terry, where you been, beloved? And Kim Weathers, good morning from Michigan. It's so good to have you here with us today. You know, the other thing that I call weapons of mass distraction are the results of our patterns of thinking and believing. And that is, despair, doubt, depression, anger, anxiety, stress, those things as well. cause lots of damage in our bodies and our psyches, our mental health. And so this month we've been looking at National Recovery Month, and National Recovery Month highlights the successes of folks who have turned their life around, and even folks who are on the road of recovery. So what I mean by that is that, today, once upon a time there was a stigma for alcoholics, right? And through many strides, people have recovered and are living amazing lives. It's the same, people are still joking about mental health. And this month, National Recovery Month, really focuses on the disease of alcoholism and addiction and mental health, where this is the month where, if we know people that are struggling with drugs and alcohol, with food addiction, sex addiction, gambling addictions, things of that nature, that, we reach out our hands and let folks know that there's support. But the other thing as well is mental health, and mental health and and really having a strong recovery in the areas of mental health. There's still all the jokes about it, but more and more in our news and our media, we've seen people who suffer and who are struggling with mental health. And it's no joke. This is something. Hi, Mari. You know, uh, this is something that we've been looking at this month. We've been looking at what are the spiritual tools. We've been looking at how we can receive the loving support so that recovery is possible. I'm a product of recovery. I'm a product of 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 a loving house. It's great to hear and to see so many people who maybe know someone or who are in recovery themselves. The gift of recovery is that we get to gain our life back. That because we've come to believe that by reconnecting with consciousness, we could reestablish health, we could reestablish living in peace, we could actually reestablish a life of value, and that we could actually thrive. Because I don't know about you, but like I didn't get sober, I didn't get clean just to get by. Like, I was getting by drinking and drugging. At least I thought I was. I got sober because I got tired. I got tired of living a life of despair, living a life of anxiety, of seeing people living their life like, the wee hours of the morning, and people be getting up and going to work. And in the beginning, I'd stand over by the subway kind of going, suckers, y'all stuck in that 9 to 5. But when I was really honest with myself, it was like, damn, they have a life, they have a purpose. They're making money, they're going on vacation, they're doing things, they're making a difference in the world. And man, what was I doing? And I was stuck. Um but through some loving support, uh I was given the gift of recovery. I was given the gift of some spiritual tools that were for my personal transformation, and it transformed my life. And so what I get an opportunity to do as well is, as a result of going back to school, of getting a master's degree, of really incorporating these spiritual principles and tools in my life, I've gotten the great opportunity now to kind of be in a position to be the one as well to help those. Good morning, Dina. Hey, I'm going to be in Vegas next weekend. Let's hook up. Let's get connected. I would love to see you. As a result of loving people who reached out their hand, and who also then, through education, through practice, I also learned these spiritual tools and learned how to teach these spiritual tools, how to teach these principles, so that I'm now available for others. Um, my life is amazing today. I haven't picked up a drink in over 34 years, which is more than half of my life. And good morning, Carol. So good to have you with us this morning. And I don't say that to brag. I say that to say that these spiritual tools and loving support work. And, my road of recovery has actually been truly like dumping and getting rid of those things within me, those ideas, those beliefs, those behaviors within me that no longer serve me. That along the lines, we pick up stuff from people, whether it's our parents, whether it's television, whether it's media, whether it's religion, that we pick up stuff and ways of being and thinking that don't serve us and that are not for our highest and best. And unless we're willing to uncover these things, we're stuck in these beliefs and these behaviors, you know. But as a result of these efforts, especially in recovery, we make this decision. We make a decision to focus our will and our life on connecting and living from this place of consciousness. And then we just make an honest and thorough inventory, and we look to see how we behave. We get an opportunity to make amends. We get an opportunity to mend broken relationships and to begin living a life of greatness, a life of truth, a life of love, a life of peace, a life of abundance, a life of joy. I love my life. I love my life. My life is amazing. And I couldn't say that when I was out there on the streets drinking and drugging. I couldn't say that when I was, in the throes of my addiction. And so if you or someone is struggling with mental health, is struggling, turn them on to the show. Turn them on to the things that you've been doing. Give them some direction. Point them in my direction. I'm happy to help wherever I can. The bottom line is that there are tools that we can use for our growth and our unfoldment. One of the tools, here's a good one. One of the tools that I love to use is something that's free to everybody, and it's called the Serenity Prayer. The Serenity Prayer. Now, the Serenity Prayer is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Now, a lot of people say that prayer over and over again, and for some reason, like it has happened for me in my life, it has lost its oomph. And starting next month on the 26th, I have another Living the Serenity Prayer class that's starting. And it's a 6-week class. Now, this class, we're going to dissect those 25 words. Now, it's interesting because the very first word is God. And some people might have a problem with God. God don't have a problem with you, but you got a problem with God. And it's okay, because that word is interchangeable with love. Grant me the serenity to accept the thing. Peace, grant me the serenity. Joy, grant me the serenity. Power, grant me the serenity. Higher power, spirit, prana. Like that word right there is interchangeable. And if you think that word makes a difference, it absolutely does, because it is done unto you as you believe. And so if you have a problem with that word, we're going to switch it up. We're going to actually learn a new way of being. Thank you, right? Jeanette says, life. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. What's up, beloved? Right? The courage. So life is a power greater than us. And when we're just simply calling upon life, we're simply saying, in this moment, I don't know, but I know that life knows. I know that there's this divine order and way of being of life. Life knows. And I'm simply saying, life, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. And so that class that starts on October the 26th, it's is a game changer. And it's one of the spiritual tools that I help to unpack, that we dissect, that we do. And mind you, we're going to do this in 6 weeks. So I want to invite you to go over to my website, spiritualremedy.com. Go ahead and sign up for the class. Again, it starts October the 26th, and it will change your life. It will change your life. But back to National Recovery Month, as we're just in the last few days, right? This week is the last week of National Recovery Month. And, for me, what I want to simply share this month is that I have been blessed with so many people in my life that have recovered themselves, their sanity, their way of living, as a result of seeking help. I used to think that asking for help was a sign of weakness, but actually asking for help is a sign of strength. It is a sign that you have within you that which is capable to receive the things that you need to receive in order to be the best you that you can be. I'm taking a look here at what Bertha wrote. She says, since I started listening to recovery tools, I have released 15 pounds. The God quality that I have been working on is to be at peace with my body. I am most grateful for the mobility that I now have. Thank you. Thank you, Bertha, right? Bertha comes every Monday. She hangs out with me on Sundays as well, and, participates in the classes and the courses. And, for her, being comfortable in the body, as she says, right? I've been working to be at peace with my body. And as a result of these tools, as a result of working with these principles, as a result of recognizing that she had beliefs and behaviors that no longer served her, and that she was cut off from the power of consciousness, as she got to this power of consciousness, AKA Jeanette, right? Life, consciousness, whatever word we want to use right then and there, she's been able to release 15 pounds. Just release it. Let it go. It no longer serves her. Let it go. I like to talk about stuff like that because that, beloveds, is what National Recovery Month is about. It is about sharing the successes, whether we think they're small successes or big successes. It's about sharing those successes so that others see that they too can live a life beyond their wildest dreams. This is what is being offered, is that, if it's not with me, it's with anybody else. Just get it. I mean, it don't have to be with me. I would love to be your spiritual living coach and guide you through the process myself, but it doesn't have to be. It has to be whatever is for the highest and the best for you. And asking for help is actually a sign of power and strength. Asking for help and getting the help necessary so that you can release the patterns of belief and behaviors that no longer serve you, so that you can take an honest inventory of yourself, so you can admit to life, to the universe, to yourself and another human being, how you've been acting unconsciously and how you've been hurting and harming not only yourself but others, and then so that you can become entirely ready to release, like Bertha has, to release not only the 15 pounds, but to release the unconscious behaviors, because now they are before you, right? It's an opportunity to restore relationships, to restore the harms, to mend the harms. It's an opportunity to continue to not go unconscious, but to continue to inventory your life so that you are living from this place of consciousness and being conscious beings. I love you too, Susie. Long time. Yes, I haven't seen you in a long time. I love you, beloved. Thank you for being with me today. This is the opportunity that is being offered here. So whether you think you have a problem with alcohol or drugs or mental health, or whether you're struggling, here's the key. The key is that I'm making myself available to you. I want to be a spiritual living coach. I want to provide the spiritual tools and the loving support for your personal transformation. Where are you now, and where is it that you want to be? And then we can take a look and map it out as to where you are now, where you want to be in your life, and what spiritual tools for your path. Now, that's the key. is that we're going to work together for those spiritual tools for your path. So you have that discovery from within yourself, and that we get an opportunity to walk this path together. Lily, are you home yet? Lily's been traveling. She's been in Switzerland. Are you home? I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being with me today. I love your heart. So, beloveds, my time is up today. This has been an amazing 20 minutes. I'm going to encourage you again to just take my class for right now. Of course, I want to be your spiritual living coach, but I'm here every Monday to guide you, to support you, to give you some inspiration, to be your biggest cheerleader, to provide loving support and personal tools and spiritual tools for your personal transformation. But if you want a little bit more, head over to my website again, spiritualremedy.com, and sign up for my class, and we can have some private time or some one-on-one time together as well. Until then, know that you are loved. Enjoy the rest of today. Mwah. See you next week. Bye for now.
Celebrate life. You celebrate your life. Celebrate the memories, the birds and the trees, the hugs and the kisses, the hits and the misses.